Hey guys, you know what I do when I'm done drinking a plastic bottle of water? I do the environmentally correct thing to do. I smash it, I cap it, I put it in the blue bin. I smash it, I cap it, I put it in the blue bin. Everybody, I smash it, I cap it, I put it in the blue bin.
Smash it. Smash it, cap it, blue bin.
Smash it, cap it, put it in the blue bin.
Blue bin. Smash it, cap it, bin.
Smash it, cap it, put it in the blue bin.
Look at your Jay, look at the little flare you got going.
know,
You lit
I
that thing.
Well,
I mean,
that's what we get for doing this at 4.
no, it's nice though. It's giving it a nice kind of vibe. Like you got a
You
real
like the kick? All right,
Yeah, you got a little
we'll get back
California
into
vibe.
it.
It's real.
Sure.
It's real.
Little bounce.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just nice. It's giving a real kind of.
It's a little bit too much, maybe.
How do you feel about the afternoon record?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
I'm done with the day a couple hours ago.
yeah. That's what, 765-432. That's 2
We got
o'clock?
you for the whole day, right? I'm just going to quote you.
It is a work day today for sure.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
admit. I'll get there. I'll get it up. Now, but Shawnee, you're even worse off. You're in New York, so you're well past dinner time. It's 7 there.
I know, it's 7 o'clock. I have just
You
been
must
going.
be 2.5 hours past dinner time, right?
Yeah. No, I ate when I came home.
Did you rehearse today?
I did for 5 hours. Boy.
How'd it go?
It's tough. I mean, it's like, when you have to concentrate so hard and so specific for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's a different kind of tired.
it is. It's brain tired.
Yeah, you can't take a moment off, right? Because listener, he's talking about he's doing a one-man show.
Oh,
in
gosh,
New York,
here we go.
and
What's the
rehearsing.
show called, Johnny?
It's called The Unknown, but we don't have
Unknown,
to. Yeah.
okay.
It's called The Unknown.
We don't know. We don't know.
How is it going to be? It's unknown.
No. It's kind of right there. It's right before,
What's Shawnee? What's the name of the theater too, so we can just get it?
It's called the Studio Seaview, and it opens January 31st for previews.
Studio Seaview, January 31st. Gang, get down there.
Yeah, the whole previews and opening. We talked about that before. It's like, if you're selling tickets and people are coming, why don't we do the previews and it opens January 31st. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree.
People
Right,
that are
because
selling
you
tickets.
do sell tickets
Now, what's
to
the
previews,
thing with
right?
the previews? Yeah, what's the thing with the previews? What do you think it is?
It's to work
archaic.
out the kinks before it's officially open. But it's like, well, then don't sell tickets. But we are, and so
Then just do rehearsal. Call it rehearsal,
Yeah.
and don't have
Yeah, we're rehearsing for 2 weeks before we.
It's like you get a
call it
couple
open.
weeks of mulligans. Like, don't you dare write a review about this,
it'd
because
be
we
like
don't really
it'd be
mean
like
it yet.
shooting a bunch of scenes, and then you release a rough cut and go, it's just the rough cut, but it's going to theaters.
That's right. And then, but Jason, that's when the critics are during previews.
During previews.
Yeah, so it's like, what? I don't understand. It's all
That's
backwards.
how they get the reviews out on opening night.
Well, while we're working through our shit, that's when they review the show. Like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense.
Why don't you
doesn't.
should charge half price for previews?
I'll mention that to the
Hey,
producers.
Sean, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you have the balls to change the system? Let's do a
Believe me.
play. Let's write a play called Change, and it's about changing the theater system.
Charging half price for previews. Yeah, three full acts.
And let's do 4 months of previews in 1 week.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Now, Sean, you're finding your brain's working okay as far as remembering all these lines?
Well, that's the scariest part. I have found that I've been told in this rehearsal process that some people have what is it called?
Yeah, earwigs.
Earwigs or whatever. And then
we had a record the other day, and
Oh, that's
somebody
right.
said that he. Now I wonder, I couldn't understand. Was he implying that the earwig is reading him his lines all the time, or just when he goes up,
Backup.
someone will
don't
whisper to
know.
him?
He said for backup, but I know somebody who did an entire run on Broadway with
we're
with
both
an earwig.
familiar.
there's a few
sure.
people, yeah.
Yeah,
and
there's a few people.
anyway, so I also Let's talk
So
about
then what are
changes.
you going to do? What's going to be your safety net?
I'm just gonna wing it. Like I don't know.
No, you're not.
I'm sick
what?
thinking about it.
Here's what it is, JB. He's been he's being very modest. He's been working on it for months, 8 hours, literally 8 hours a day,
Yeah, for like 3 months.
nonstop. He is so diligent about that. You know, Sean. He's diligent if nothing else. No,
Now,
you
this
are.
This is the part that I don't get though, Shawnee, because you're so beautifully relaxed about
You are.
your days,
Well, you're
your
so
weeks, your
talented.
years, your months. You're fine relaxing, and you
don't think
to
I'm a
say- hang
basket
on.
case?
Of
You
course I
tend
do.
to say no to a lot of things. Okay, even more than me.
Yeah.
Yet you say yes to not only a one-man show, but another play on the back end of the last thing, and you
I
said
know.
you would never
JB,
do
do
another
you remember?
play.
Yeah, do you
I
remember
know.
when he was in London? Remember he was in London and he was like, "I'm not doing this again. What am I doing?" I remember talking to you. You were like,
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? I'm so tired. I'm not going to do this." We were on
Why
the
did
phone.
you-
You were in
why
London.
did you- why did you-
and then a month later, you're like, "I'm going to go to New York and do this
I
one man.
know.
I'm going to do something
Well,
harder."
because if you read the script, you'd be like, well, you're an idiot if you don't do this, because there's never been anything like it. I mean, it's the most incredible thing I've ever read. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right. Well, good.
He's inspired. He's inspired.
Yeah,
by
I like the
material.
challenge of it.
That's good.
But then
That's nice that you're still inspired.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but I talk about changing the system. It's, on stage is the only, like theater's the only place you don't have a stand-in. So TV and film, actors have stand-ins while they light the scenes so they can go rehearse and whatever.
Yeah.
But theater, I was like, why don't you have a stand-in during Tech Week? Why do I have to stand there for 14 hours while you light the show? I'm tired. Anyway, moving on.
You don't like hitting your marks and setting the lights and all that stuff. Yeah.
But maybe that process will help cement it.
That's what it's there for, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Guys, my guest today is one of those people who was just kind of born cool, right? Like came out of the womb in dark sunglasses. She was performing
Painful.
at illegal warehouse parties as a teenager, and her parents came with her. Not dropped her off, but like went inside. She's British. Her stage name came from an old online Scream name. It basically meant kiss me. She has synesthesia, so music is in colors in her head. I want to talk to her about that. And she's been behind some of the biggest pop hits of the last decade. But in the summer of 2024, she had a moment so big, it jumped out of music and into the American presidential election. She's wildly talented, beautiful, unapologetically herself, but most people know her as one word, Brat. It's the amazing Charli XCX.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
look at her
Hi,
go.
everybody.
Hi
How
there.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Are you in a
Great.
kitchen somewhere?
Yeah, it sort of sounds like it, doesn't it? No, I'm in this. I don't know what this is. It's a room.
It's a medical
with
place.
This behind me. Basically, that's all that's going on.
Are there cadavers in there? Listener, there's a metal wall behind her.
Yeah. Shiny metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are so thanks for being here. This is so cool.
Thank you for having me.
Where are you? Were you just filming something or something?
Yes, I'm sorry I was late. But, yeah.
Are you in London?
No, I'm in LA. I'm in LA right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Good.
liking what you're filming?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just I'm doing promo for a movie, so I'm kind of. This is my first.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Time doing promo for a film.
Is this the mockumentary or is this the other one?
Yes, it's the mockumentary.
This movie looks awesome.
Tell us
Thank
about it.
you.
What's it called?
Yeah,
It's called The Moment, and it's basically it's kind of a revisionist history of 2024.
and A24 is producer.
Yeah,
right?
A24 are producing it, and it's basically it's like a satirical mockumentary about my first arena tour.
Right.
And yeah, it's like a music industry satire, very much in the realm of This Is Spinal Tap and kind of opening night.
Right. It looks hilarious.
So you're sort of playing like a version of yourself.
Yes, correct. A version of myself.
How are you liking that? Is it because that necessitates
Improv.
sort of doing some like do you have to make yourself look foolish? Do you have to make yourself look different than what you truly are at times? Like how does all that work?
Well, I mean, my character is a real bitch, and everybody already thinks that I am one, so that's totally fine.
Who said that?
Google it; it's out there, babes. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No,
But
it's not.
No.
no, it was like it was kind of an amazing process, and we were really lucky to work with a fucking awesome cast. Like, Alexander Skarsgård is just absolutely incredible in the film. And
Was any of it scripted, or is it really all improv?
no, it was scripted, but we really did go off on a lot of improv. I mean, we had some really incredible comedians in the film as well, like Kate Ballant and Jamie
she's great.
Demetriou, who are just, I mean, it's like their bread and butter. It's so effortless for them.
And your idea, or whose idea was it?
The idea, it was based on an idea by me. Yeah, I guess I'd been approached to do a more traditional tour film, where we were gonna like film one of my shows,
Right.
Yeah.
and I was kind of more interested in like subverting the form and like taking that kind of traditional medium, and then like flipping it into something that felt just a bit more subversive and kind of more aligned with the work that I generally
That's super
do.
smart. Like you're not taking it too seriously, and it's kind of like Spinal Tap you were saying, right?
Yeah. And
that's
I'm definitely
great.
not the hero of the story, which is very accurate to sort of my time in the music industry, I think.
I mean,
So,
you guys have to watch the trailer.
Who directed it?
Aidan Zamiri directed the film. It's his debut feature.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
He's really incredible and has done a lot of music videos in the past.
How did you like the whole filming process? I mean, is that because it can be long days, right?
Yeah, I mean, this film was really on kind of like an expedited timeline. I mean, we wrote the first draft in a week, and then after that, we handed in the first draft sort of New Year's Eve, and then we were shooting by March. So it was very like fast, very, very fast, as was the shoot itself, sort of like 5 weeks and kind of like really like hardcore hitting it.
Yeah.
And did you already have? Was it done during one of your tours, or did you have to like get a whole stage together and do all that stuff too?
Yeah. We made a whole stage, and the stage is very kind of like not what I would actually do on tour.
So it's not real footage from your tour?
No, there's no tour.
wow.
There's no tour footage in it at all.
So what about the crowds? You got just big
you could
crowds to
bring
come
in
in?
thousands
We
of people?
filmed. Well, I don't. Movie magic, guys.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah.
Right,
Because that would be
right.
a bummer to have to do all that stuff in front of all those people and like
Yeah. Oh,
waiting
God.
and
Yeah.
throwing
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Yeah, for God's sake, take a sip of your tea. Take a sip of
It's
that
really
tea.
hot, actually, is
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm just kind of blowing on it.
You got time.
So are you. So, all right. So, look at, you picked your name when you were really young. I know I've never heard this answer, but please, like for me and our listener, tell me, like, how did you come up with the name?
Oh, and for me
why?
too. I'm an old man. Help me.
Well, yeah, it was my MSN screen name. And so
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
I just kind of went with that. I stuck with that. And
And it's just a kiss thing, like
a kiss,
Kate's.
Charli kiss. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a while, like when I was a lot younger, I was sort of really kind of like insecure about it being too boring. So I sort of tried to like make it stand for a much more like X-rated version of that. But it didn't stick because it wasn't the truth. So yeah.
And dude, does anybody call you Charlotte anymore?
No one does actually.
Not even family?
No, everyone calls me Charli. Yeah.
How about
yeah.
Chuck? Ever Chuck?
Actually, a lot of my American friends do say Chuck.
I would. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's
Anybody I
that-
know that's
Chuck.
Charles or Charlie, I always go to Chuck. I don't know why.
I get Chuck and I get Chuckles.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Quite a
Chuckles.
lot. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
good.
Do you remember? Of course you do. This is my Chris Farley version. Do you remember that day you tweeted Kamala is Brat? And then,
I
I mean, Jay, do you remember that?
I
did
do.
you start
and
that?
Then, yeah, and then Kamala's whole like campaign became the color of your album.
That started with you, Charlie?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you didn't start
Because the name
that
of the
you-
album's Brat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, I'm very old. My daughter's
Don't worry,
gonna kill
Jason.
me.
It's fine. It was only a cultural phenomenon, but we'll
By the way, I'm a big fan, and I
This
know
old timer doesn't get past. I'm
worry.
I still need to watch Sopranos. So
By the way, me too. Yeah.
wait, you did not come up with the term brat. I'm assuming brat was a term, was a phrase
I
that
think
was
she
in.
did.
Or did you start? Did you start?
yeah,
like
it's
you
the name
did.
of my album. Yeah.
But
And-
you got it into the main, like in the.
So my album was an album where the cover is green
Right,
Yeah.
lime green.
with the word brat on it. And
Yeah.
that was something that was sort of like adopted by a lot of people on the internet, eventually by Kamala after I did that tweet.
Right.
And then it became sort of part of like the conversation to be Brat or not to be Brat.
No, that part I definitely I woke up for sure.
I mean, who knows? I don't know. Doesn't sound like you're up for a lot, mate.
It found me in my hole. But no, wait, there's a better way to say that. But when you put the title of it originally on your album, was it already a phrase that was kind of in the lexicon, or did you bring?
Yeah, you created that.
I mean, the word brat existed, but it wasn't a. It was
classical sense, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it wasn't. I don't think, at least, that it was in the lexicon in the way that it became.
In the way that it became associated with people just kind of owning it.
I mean, that's so cool,
right? Which is kind of
Yeah.
what it kind of became. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then all the hits, man, off that album. I mean, so many effing hits. It's crazy.
Thank you.
You know, the 360, Apple, what are they? Von Dutch. Hello Goodbye was on the extent, like the deluxe version,
Yeah,
right?
wow.
Yeah.
Justice for very little known track, Hello Goodbye.
I like
love
Hello
that.
Goodbye. I liked it a lot.
Wait, do they still call those things B-sides?
It's not technically a B-side, but it's like a deluxe version.
Gotcha.
Again, just like you, deluxe. So you grew up in Essex, right? I can't picture you as a kid.
Yeah.
What were you like at school, growing up with this talent that you had at such a young age? You know, I just find, because your dad's Scottish and your mom's Indian. Did one culture? Did one like feel more present than the other? Like, you know what I mean? Did you? Was it different at school for you?
I mean, they were both sort of present culturally and also not, you know. I think I kind of lived this life where like I would go and see my mum's side of the family at the weekends. And when I was sort of around them, I would always kind of feel, I suppose, more white, because I guess I didn't entirely perhaps connect with certain parts of the culture that I wasn't always present for, you know?
Right.
And then I think in school, I would often feel more brown, you know, and more Indian, just because I think a lot of my school friends, their only kind of reference point for an Indian person was Apu from The Simpsons, you know? So I would feel very kind of like, you know, and that would be like a joke for them.
Right.
So I would be a bit like, I couldn't really connect there, and I couldn't really connect with my mom's family. So it was, you know, but it was sort of like that kind of a like slight displacement type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And what was like was the toughest age for you the same as it is for certainly for me, for most people, like 7th grade, 8th grade, like 13, 14, like that's when I found kids are the meanest, and like my feelings got hurt the most, and I was scarred the most, and I still hold on. My point is, I hold on to certain things that really scarred me back then, but actually gave me a bit of a thicker skin to be able to handle. Like I didn't have the sort of clarity back then, but in retrospect, there is sort of, I guess, a benefit to going through some of the tough sledding that happens at that age. And certainly like if you have an older sibling, when they kind of like tease you and stuff. In retrospect now, being the old timer that I am, I do look back at it, and having kids of my own now, I do sort of see the stuff they go through as like, it helped me a little bit. I didn't see it at the time. Do you find that it helped shape you and the kind of music you make now? Or
I mean, I don't have any siblings, so I didn't. I actually think not having siblings actually means that you miss out on a lot of conflict, and I mean that in like actually a bad way. Like I think my friends who have siblings are so much better at conflict. As in, they don't kind of amplify it up into this huge dramatic thing. It's just they're able to move through it a lot more quickly than I am, because they know how to diffuse it, you know.
Yeah, and as an only child, you're sort of protected and you're coddled, and you're it's all about you.
And then also it's like the only people you really have to really like fight with is your parents, who are this, you know, figure of authority in a way. So the kind of the clash feels like far more drastic, and there isn't like a sibling to kind of you know, just diffuse it a bit and make it feel less of a big deal. So it feels really gigantic.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you would love to have more than one kid, or would you like to have a kid that has the same sort of experience as you, where it's the only child and then you get to just kind of nurture and protect and?
I actually don't really want to have kids.
No, none.
So-
You don't? Wait, why?
Yeah. Who knows? That could change.
By the way, it's none of my business.
But Shawnee, you've never really had any interest in.
Yeah,
in,
I mean,
right?
I've said it a million times that
Right.
I want to have kids, but
Sure.
and my husband Scotty grew up an only child, and you can use this phrase. He always says I was spoiled but not rotten.
Right.
So he was always he had to learn everything that you're saying, like how to diffuse conflict and all that stuff. But yeah, I was I've said it a million times on this show that I'd rather regret not having kids than have them and regret it later.
Right.
Because you never know what you're going to get, like the roll of the dice. Do you ever see the show Intervention? It's like if I had a kid, that's where they would end up, like dragging me through the street, like fucking
You would
drug
be
addict.
great.
Like
They would be great.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. It's like I love like the fantasy of having a child, like naming it sounds so fun. But I'm like, that is exactly a sign to me as to why I should not have one. The fact that feels like the coolest part about it.
Right,
and
right.
like, maybe I'm not ready. You know what I mean?
But all that could change if you might I mean I'm sort of, I guess I'm backing into giving myself a half-assed compliment here, but my wife did not want to have kids, so the story goes, so she tells me.
And she didn't, and you adopted yours.
and she said once we started going out, and she was like, okay, I think I can have a kid with this guy. So you might find somebody.
Well, I'm married, so
There you go. I gotta read a newspaper one of these days.
you know, it's okay.
No, that's why you're here.
I was I knew immediately like where you were gonna go. I knew my response. I was really looking forward to it. So
Maybe
don't
your
worry.
next husband you're gonna want kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me finish, Charlie.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
And now back to the show.
But wait, though, this is really cool. This is so wild. I did not know this. So when you starting out, all the illegal warehouses, this is what I read, all the illegal warehouses that you would go to raves, and you would perform there, and your parents would not just drop you off, they would go inside with you.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I was so lucky. They were very supportive. At the time, I was like, this is so lame. Like, they're cramping my style. But, they were obviously just very, very supportive. I feel very lucky.
And so you would play shows at these raves, right?
Yes.
Are they still involved with your career? There's a lot of musicians that still have parents that are involved with their careers, very successful.
Mine aren't, but they're still, they're very proud and they're very supportive, but they're not involved in my career, no.
Do they ever give you notes on your music? Do they like your music? I'll bet they do.
My dad used to love throwing out some suggestions. Yes. Very much
Ever
so.
anything useful? Anything useful ever?
I think it's like, I feel bad for him because I think it's one of those things where even if it was the most amazing idea ever, I think purely because, and he used to do this when I was a lot younger, like purely because he was my dad, that he was always going to get the no, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm sure, he's a smart guy. I'm sure he probably does have good song ideas up there.
Can you tell Jason about the story about your dad, somebody tried to sell drugs to your dad at one of the raves?
Right. This was actually my mum. Someone tried to sell some drugs to my mum at
flavor?
a rave.
What
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Jason,
Will, I
Will's
gotta
back.
say, so listener, we've gone 17 minutes without Will Arnett, and it's really been great, Sean, hasn't it?
Kind of been breezy.
It's like, this is a very useful experiment. Willie, if you ever have an illness or something like that, we're good.
We got you.
Yeah,
or not.
We're actually,
if you actually feel
cooking
fine, we
along
got you.
great.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is like my worst nightmare.
Oh, please don't. We're here for you.
What's happening over there? You okay?
No, I'm having a stressful day, Charlie. Do I call you Charlie?
You can.
Yeah,
yes,
we've
that's
covered
my
it.
Yeah, we
preference.
covered
You already
that.
covered it. I've had Charlie. Can I just say, I've had I shared with the boys. I won't get into it, but I've had a really stressful day on a personal level. It's been a very
We're
I'm
going to
sorry.
get into it afterwards.
Insert joke here.
no. Well, there was an insert joke. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Still got it.
You still got it.
Charlie, I'm sorry to have missed it. This is unlike me. I'm usually pretty good about this kind of stuff. But anyway,
Don't you worry. It's
Look,
so
everybody's got this is one of the best episodes because Charlie was a little late. You were a little late. I'm always a little late.
I
in
avoided
lot
a
of
little
ways.
teasing that Will undoubtedly would have given me for really having my head up my ass about Charlie, and like old granddad here needed a little update.
He didn't know she was she born the term Brat, with Kamala
know.
Harris and all that. Like she was
I don't think I knew that either. I mean,
Wow.
I know who you are
It's
more than
okay,
Jason
guys.
does.
I'm
I'm very aware of your music and who you are. It should be noted.
Don't you worry.
I'm still listening to Steely Dan, Charlie.
Yeah, and that's cool.
You know, it's a problem.
That's cool.
Wait, I just thought it was funny. I was talking about how Charlie's parents used to go with her to the raves that she performed at, like all these parties.
That's fun.
And
That is
And her mom was
And her
offered a baggie of.
Of MDMA, but she thought that they said MDF, as in the wood that you can buy to like panel a wall. And my dad was like, we could use some of that, but I don't know how we're going to fit it in the car. And the guy was kind of like, wait, like how much do you want to buy? And I thought it was a very like sweet story.
He's got a
from
lot of tolerance.
Them in their rave.
He can handle a
rave
lot.
days.
I love
that would be really useful for us, actually, if I think about it at the house, what we could use.
Yeah.
By the way,
We could do
this
that.
might be inappropriate, but I am hearing a lot about MDMA. Again, getting back to being an old timer here, I'm
Wink,
hearing
wink.
it's quite the thing, and it's
What
got
is
a
it?
lot of.
Is that the horse tranquilizer thing?
No.
I think
No,
it's kind of like
that's ketamine.
ecstasy.
It's kind of like what ecstasy used to be, right?
Right. Yeah. I had a little of that way back in the day, and I'm hearing this
Little?
MDMA is a good time. I'm not advocating trying it or doing it, kids,
Sure
but
you're
I hear it's a new thing.
Well, they do MDMA therapy now,
Yeah.
I think,
Right.
as
It's
well,
medicinal.
right? Which is not something that I've tried, but
I've never tried it. Have you?
I
Willie?
believe it in therapy, like a Friday night therapy. You know what I mean?
Just one night.
with like a little sidecar of Tito's, right?
Whatever it is that you like. Whatever makes
Tito's.
it go down a little better, you know?
Gotcha.
Oh my god. Okay, so wait. So I want to know. Okay, so I want to talk about like getting the music and stuff. So do you remember the first time? Because I find your story so fascinating that you were so young and you discovered you had this talent at such a young age, and you were kind of like a superstar, and you flew under the radar, and then I knew you probably like the world knew you with the "I love it, I don't care." Like that song was
She's gonna
so
charge us for that.
huge. And no, I only did "I don't care, I love it." But you weren't really like featured in the video, which I thought was weird. And like, so what was that like knowing you wrote this song and this was your song, but it was having the success without your face on it, kind of, so to speak?
yeah, no. I mean, it was funny. I had a really sort of like strange career in that, like, I was kind of like doing a lot of stuff and had some really, really big hits, but
Yeah.
I was often either the writer of the song or the feature of the song. And so like nobody really knew who I was. So I did exactly as you just said, like completely fly under the radar. Like I was like going to cool shit, like working with incredible people, traveling the world, but was also kind of completely anonymous.
Right.
So it was like interesting and very actually useful, I think, for me, especially with my previous record, Brat, which really did kind of like open me up to a
Massive.
much wider audience. I think
Massive.
had I not had that experience back in like 2013, 2014 of these like honestly like big chart topping songs, I probably would be like totally like off my head right now because I wouldn't really be prepared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I would be like a complete nightmare, which maybe I still am. I don't know. But do you know what I mean?
No,
I would be
you're
really
not.
indulging.
You're not.
So yeah, it was interesting. And it's kind of like over those years from then to now, I've sort of like built my like audience, like sort of in a very kind of slow, like organic way.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a kind of interesting path.
And tell these guys, just go ahead, you have free reign to brag, all the artists you've written songs for. Not all, but like the,
So you'll write songs for other artists
All the time.
that you don't necessarily want to perform yourself.
Yes.
big hit songs.
Yeah.
How do you decide?
Like, okay, Selena Gomez, Iggy Azalea, Camila Cabello, Shawn Mendes,
Wow.
Shawn Mendes,
James
right?
Blunt, randomly.
Do you write them for them, or you write them thinking that you might do it, or they just become you're like, hey, I've got a song that I've written, or somebody comes to you and says, Charlie, hey,
I've got an idea. Do this for me.
or can you just write me a song? Yeah, how does that?
It goes every way. All of those ways are options. Sometimes it's kind of like we need songs for XYZ artist, and this is what they want. This is what they want to say. And then sometimes it's like I'll write a song and I'll be like, oh, I thought this was for me, but actually, like, I don't think I should sing like a sort of flamenco sounding like pop song because that doesn't make sense for me as an artist.
And what you're writing is the music or the lyrics or both in these cases.
I write like the lyrics and the top line, which is sort of the melody that the singer sings.
Right.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Because I was surprised a few years ago. I learned that that it's not that uncommon for some of the biggest stars in the world to not write anything ever. It's all incoming. They're just the sing. I don't mean to belittle it, but they only do the singing, and everything else is kind of taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like, it's funny. I think there's a real stigma against that, like that sort of in some ways like makes those people like less of an artist. But I don't really agree with that. I think there's like different types of artistry. Like there's like a great performer versus a great writer versus a great entertainer versus a really like unbelievable vocalist. I think there's
Well, it would also be like the equivalent. Sorry, it would be the equivalent of like an actor just acting versus somebody who writes and directs and produces as well as act. It's like it's really cool that you can do all of those things.
yeah. I mean, I enjoy it.
I mean, wait till this movie comes out. I mean, like,
And how did that? Were one of your parents musically inclined? Did they kind of put the bug in you?
No, not really.
How did you find it?
I think it was. I played piano.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was sort of studying classical piano.
Shawnee.
And when I was younger, I had no interest in classical music at all. I didn't think it was cool. I didn't get it. Now I feel like completely different. I love classical music.
All I listen to.
But at the time, I really didn't relate to it. And I thought it was kind of embarrassing that I was doing it. So instead, I really was trying to like write pop songs and chords and kind of escape out of this like classical stuff that I was learning.
But that background in that, it must have helped you sort of songwriting wise. Yes.
Yeah, Elton John talks about that, how that informed a lot of his writing.
You know what? It's interesting because so when I was studying classical music, I was really basically just doing it to pass the grades, like the classical grades. And each grade, you would have to learn 3 pieces of music, and then you would do an exam where you would play the pieces of music. And you would also do like sight reading and another test. I can't remember what it was. But I actually couldn't read music. I always really had like trouble reading the music and playing what was there. So I would spend an entire year like learning and practicing these pieces by ear instead of like actually just being able to pick up any piece of music and read it.
yeah, it's called like the Suzuki method, yeah?
Well, sure, I think so. Yeah,
that is, yeah.
And so like I like couldn't really like read any other music. So I actually have a really like low level knowledge of classical music. So when Elton John's like, oh yeah, for me it really helped, that's probably because he's obviously fucking Elton John and can probably play any single thing ever. But I could only really hear things by ear.
Right. And also, like, to the extent you feel comfortable talking about synesthesia, because I think it's fascinating. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Is it where you see music? Is that
You see
right?
color. You see music in colors.
Oh, really?
So can you describe that and how you first found out you had that and how you use it today?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like, I think it's not just about music. It can be, I don't know, some people might be like, see the days of the week in colors, or it's a kind of color association to a thing.
Right.
And different people have different stuff.
I have that.
You have that?
Yeah, for certain things I have, but I've never thought about it. But yeah.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
For days of the week, you said days of the week. Days of the week have colors for me.
Wow,
Right,
you've just been
right.
diagnosed by Charli, and you
I
didn't
guess.
even know you had
I
it.
didn't know. Yeah.
And so do you put
What color's Wednesday?
Pink.
What? You just
Yeah.
made that up.
No. Thursday's
talking
green.
about? Why?
Fridays orange. Saturday's blue. Sunday's yellow. Mondays blue.
Are Fridays you're in love?
Tuesday's red. Fridays you're in love.
By The Cure?
I don't care what
It's
Monday.
going to cost us too.
But anyway, sorry, but it's not as evolved as yours. Mine.
No, I mean, it's basically just, for me, it's like I was, when I first started realizing that I guess I had it, and I didn't really know what it was when I was sort of figuring it out, was when I was working with producers and I would sort of say, like, can you make this sound more blue or more purple? And I wouldn't quite be able to articulate specifically like the
wild.
sound design that I needed, but I just knew that it needed to sound purple. And then when the producer would help generate that sound, I would say like that's it. That's
my purple.
That's purple or whatever.
Yeah. And so now do you have to work with that producer all the time?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do work with the same people quite a lot. I mean,
great.
they definitely know like what I mean when I say certain things.
Have you ever tried like how did this? I don't know how to explain this. Have you ever like listened to music or listened to one of your own songs and tried to paint it as you listened
I was
to
going
it?
to ask that.
I haven't actually, but I think I do sort of like see it kind of, and when I listen to other music, I kind of like I see it in a way. I'm like, oh, this song evokes this color immediately.
And do you ever reverse engineer that? And for inspiration, when you write a song, like, you know, we always ask a lot of musicians, what comes first, the lyrics or the music? Do you ever see a color first and then the music comes from that?
More recently, no. It's really generated specifically by when I hear sound, then I start thinking about color. But on this last record, to be honest, a lot of the songs were generated from like lyrical based ideas. Like I was really leading with lyrics. And
Is that new? Is that like a departure from?
yeah, because I used to kind of write phonetically, where I would sort of go into the booth and just kind of record like a kind of like a ad lib track where I would be like blah 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 blah, and then I would fit like lyrics to the vowel sounds that I was creating.
Yeah, that's cool.
But now, more recently, I'm becoming much more lyric led because I think on the last record I had some like really specific stories that I wanted to tell, and I didn't feel. I don't know. I just felt like I really wanted to kind of throw out any like tropes that I had previously used in the past. Like I particularly wasn't interested in rhyme with this record. I just wanted to like say the direct dialogue from my brain in the way that I would text a friend. Like I think that became like kind of the tone of the record.
Yeah.
So are you ever doing it on piano based on your sort of your history with piano? Do you ever do that?
To be honest, no. My music is very electronic. And kind of, especially on the last record, like very like club-based dance music. So I wasn't really going to the piano too much.
But given what you were saying about how you're much more lyric-driven right now, there's certain things that you really like talking about and saying and communicating. How important is it to you that people hear every word in the lyrics? Because like I'll try to follow lyrics, and you know some folks they don't really they won't screw up the song to enunciate. You know, 'cause sometimes it sounds better just kind of mumble it out, and I get that.
But you're like, motherfucker, I want to hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's then you look on Apple Music for the lyrics, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do that too.
I don't really care about enunciation, to be honest. I think it's if you
Overrated.
Yeah, it's overrated, and also I'd love to hear, you know, your interpretation of what I'm saying rather than what I'm actually saying, because you know
that's cool.
no one fact checks anyway anymore, so it's sort of fun to just play into it.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, how do you know when a song... I don't think we've ever asked this of any musician on the show. How do you know when a song is done? Because it's like in film editing, you could just do it forever. Like you could just
nightmare.
tweak and tweak and tweak. So for you, when you write all these massive hit songs, this long list of all these huge songs, how do you know when you're done?
I mean, I think it's different for everyone, but for me, I mean, people can go for ages on a song as well, and really like chip back into it over and over again in the way that you would with an edit. But for me, that's my nightmare. Like I think there's a real charm in spontaneity. And that's like a big part of my process as an artist, as a writer. It's really that like instinctual kind of first reaction to something that there is something almost like charming and naive to it sometimes. Like, you know, when you're a kid and you're coming up with ideas, like if a kid writes a song, sometimes they could like say something so profound and like actually really surreal and abstract that as an adult it might take you a while to kind of think of or something, and then it might even feel too forced. I feel like that's, for me, it's like the same when I'm writing. I'm like, the first idea is often just way more I don't know, like unique than when I've sat down and really thought about it for a while. So I really try and just like capture the moment in that kind of a way.
Do you know when you have finished a song, do you ever get that sense where you go, this is a hit song? I can feel it, and for real. I mean, you must have those.
I do, but it's like those ones are always the ones that actually end up sucking. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have this when you're writing or when you're performing. If ever you think you kill it, you probably didn't. You know what I mean? It's like one of those moments.
All the time. Yeah.
And also, if it's immediately catchy, you can get sick of it really quick. And those are the ones that are probably too simplistic, or a public might get tired of too fast, and it doesn't end up working, right?
I also think it's funny. I think we're in this like kind of new era of creativity as a whole. I definitely feel this way about writing songs. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like, I think we live in such a reference heavy world now that I think things can kind of become catchy or earworms or something that you want to revisit for other reasons outside of maybe they're like really like dynamically written or like the melody is technically good. It could actually just be you're referencing something that's so within the zeitgeist that itself is like the hook of it. And I think that's a really interesting way of writing. Like, it's more like topical writing.
Well, I think that probably happens a lot. We have like, think about all the, the songs that we love sort of for nostalgic reasons, right? That other people might be like, yeah, that song doesn't really mean much to me. You're like, really? Doesn't it remind you of that summer when we were 17? They're like, no, not really.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
And we will be right back.
And now back to the show.
What's the turnaround time for a song? Because like, if you were trying to follow trend with film, it'd be a fool's errand, because it takes about a year to turn a movie around from when you start it to cut it to release it. I mean, at a minimum. How long does it take to turn a song around?
I could like a day. I mean,
Really?
not even. I mean, sometimes you write. I love it in 30 minutes, which is the one that you were
crazy.
singing amazingly.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I love
that's
that
not me
song.
being
too.
like, aren't I amazing? I mean, the lyrics are like on repeat. It's not. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, but it's just. I think it's just like, we have this saying, like me and a couple of my collaborators, where it's like, you have to dare to suck, right?
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
sometimes in like daring to suck, actually the most fucking like universal genius idea comes out, where you're just being stupid.
I've been daring to suck my whole life. if I'm being honest.
If I was sitting in a studio and I was writing, I mean, I could 360 Apple, whatever. But since you said it, I love it, I don't care. And I would be like, guys, what about this? I love it. I don't care. I wouldn't have the confidence to be like, yeah, I think that's gonna work. You know what I mean?
But that's it, right? It's like commitment to the bit, you know. It's that's all it is. It's like if I like came to you guys with my tail between my legs and like sung those words, like fucking whatever. But if I like tell you, no, this is like fucking the shit, and it's so good, and like it's even if you think it's dumb, it's like that's the point.
I'm so inspired by you right now. It's
It is. I mean, I am too.
Thanks.
Like, where did you get that from, Charlie?
Yeah, and that's a great environment to provide for the people around you. Like that, you must enjoy that leadership position of creating harmony in your works, so it feels safe and there's no bad ideas. We can be foolish.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fun. I think there's this idea that I sometimes disagree with, that like making good art has to be hard. And like sometimes I really disagree with that, but sometimes I'm like, no, I'm in pain and I'm a real artist, you know, and I like to kind of like pendulum swing between both of those things.
Right.
But I don't know. I think, it's funny. I have always been very interested in like the connectivity between high and low. That's always just been like something that's been really inspiring to me. And I think that whole like daring to suck mentality, it's very sort of like, I don't know, like factory Warholian in a way. It's like paint the soup, just fucking paint it.
Yeah, well, I think that it's also about the idea of like, I remember having this teacher once years ago telling me like art is absence of ego. Like if you can get to the place where you're not judging it in real time, where you can let go, and you guys know what it means too when you're doing what we do or whatever, where you can get to that place where you're not judging it and you're just in the, for lack of a better word, flow, and you're just in that thing.
Yeah.
That's that pocket when you
and
can
it's
get into
infectious
those
too. The people you're around, they'll yes and it.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
And you can kind of, and like, you don't worry about it. So you're not worried about the result of it. You're not thinking about how it's coming across.
Yeah,
you're
you
not
don't worry
thinking,
about the result.
you get out of the results and just, then those moments are magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And what I also think, and I'm not sure if you guys feel this way, but I think the second I try and write for someone else or to appeal to lots of people,
Yes.
it's like everything kind of falls apart. And actually it's like that more like potent vision where maybe you're even just like selfishly writing for yourself, really like directly about your experience or your experience with one friend or like whatever it is. Like the more kind of like potent and distilled it is, it weirdly actually then becomes something that more people can relate to because it's so singular.
Because you believe it and you're doing it for you. And what's funny is we live in this world increasingly because of whatever, social media, et cetera, where it is all about this sort of, there is so much feedback constantly on what we do. So it's harder and harder to get away from that. And what's funny is, just hearing you say it, is that we need to kind of reject that in order to make something really pure in that way. We need to reject the idea of what other people will like, even though the final product of what we do is for public consumption. It's
Mass public consumption too.
You know, so it's kind of so it's kind of contradictory to the exercise in a way, and yet that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a conflict for sure.
With all the success you've had, Charli, like 3 Grammys, and 1 Grammy show in one year at the same show. That's crazy.
Yeah.
3 Grammys. What? And like I keep saying over and over, I'm just like so impressed by your talent at such a young age that you, somebody, your parents, you, whoever, encouraged you to keep going with that. And then now that you are older and, knock on wood, hopefully wiser, what's the part of the music industry that shocked you the most, once you were actually inside of it? Like if you knew then what you know now.
Just how no one really knows what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? That is the
It's
truth.
like everybody is, it's very funny. It's just sort of.
And you thought differently.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this must be run by like a really like tight ship of people who like know what's up. And no, it's like, it's not really the case. Nor is it, I think, ever the case in any sort of like creative field. It's like the artists know what they're doing, and then hopefully you have people with brains to facilitate you, and they're not too annoying. Really, it's like kind of the vibe, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny.
Sure.
Do you feel like they're like kind of also you create the stuff and then the business sort of reacts to it? They're much more reactionary, rather, right? So and then they're always trying to recreate with other people, like that whole idea.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I think when I was younger, that used to really bother me, but I think now, it doesn't. I think that's just, obviously that's just the way it is. It's like, I couldn't be a record label exec. Like, I couldn't work like at a distribution company. Like it's like, that's not the brain that I have. I have a different kind of brain where I'm like, why don't we fly planes through the sky that say Brat Summer or whatever? You know, it's like, and then they figure out how to do it. Like, I don't know. It's like, but I did used to be sort of frustrated by why can't you all be on my page with my ideas? But actually, that would be a nightmare because then it would be less about me, which would be awful.
Right. All right. Do you remember the first time you walked on stage and felt like the wall of sound coming at you and like, wow, like just that feeling of, like, were you scared? You're like, oh shit, I didn't think it was going to be like this. Or
That's too many people.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, no, I think because my career was such a slow burn.
Yeah.
Like when I
that's
started when I was 15, I was playing to like rooms of 3 people, and that was like my 2 parents and the promoter. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like welcoming more people in a way. And over the past sort of 10, 15 years, like it's really grown like gradually from like 100 cap rooms to 1,000 rooms to 5,000 cap rooms to now finally being in arenas. And the first time when I did step out into playing an arena, I just remember being like, well, there's going to be no one there. Like, and it's all the tickets have been bought by bots. Like that is what I convinced myself in my mind. I was like, no, it's going to be so embarrassing. All the tickets are gone, but they're all bots. Like I've just, you know, and so it was like a really pleasant surprise.
So on this film, was it just purely for like a musical film to sort of augment the musical venture and all that stuff, or was there a bit of an acting sort of curiosity there too? And if so, do you see that being a part of your world going forward?
Yeah, I've been acting a little bit now and producing.
You liking it?
I honestly love it. I mean, I feel like it was funny. It's like once my album Brat did well, there was obviously this opportunity for me to just make another album exactly like that and like kind of gain, like capitalize on it.
Sure.
And for me, I've always had this sort of motto of like, what would Chloe Sevigny do? And I feel like what she would have done would just be like no,
that's really funny.
That's a great title to your new album.
Right?
What would Chloe Sevigny do?
Yeah, well, it's like she's the coolest. And it's like, I think she would just probably be like, no, I quit music, you know? So I was kind of like, okay, I think I would like to sort of do some kind of a drastic pivot where I kind of explore acting. I mean, I'm watching films like all the time, like more than I've ever listened to. I basically never listen to music apart from like Lou Reed and like the Velvet Underground and like John Cale's solo stuff. That's like kind of it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like watching a lot of films all the time.
Do you have a favorite this year?
Favorite film this year?
Yeah.
That I've seen. Yeah. I just watched Brat the other night. And
I
want to see that.
Oh, is it good? I want to see that too.
It was really, 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 really amazing. Really amazing. I also love this film, Atropia, which is this film by Haley Gates, who is, and Callum Turner is in it. And it's like a really, it's like very, very like funny, like satire on that sort of like fake military zone that they have.
That sounds great.
It's great. It's really great.
I want to see that.
But so I'm kind of like really enjoying watching. So I kind of sort of started asking like a few of my friends who are either like directors or writers, like, do you think I could kind of do this? And they were like, yeah, but like, don't be embarrassing about it. Like, you don't want to be like the girl who's like, I'm an actress now. So I was like, yeah, no.
No. I bet you'd be great. You have a great presence.
I agree.
Well, no,
'Cause I think your
wanted to-
approach artistically, the way that you look at stuff, I think is really appropriate for. I think.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I was interested in just doing like small things.
Yeah,
You know,
smart,
so I was
smart.
really lucky to kind of, I did like this Greg Araki movie that I'm like super excited about. I'm really excited to work with Takashi Miike this year on this film that I'm going to produce, which is like crazy to me to like go to Japan and shoot with like a horror auteur. I'm like,
That's cool.
this is insane.
Good for
So
you.
yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Total like crazy segue to nothing. But I just wanted to mention this. I thought it was so wild that you had an angel phone. Is that true? Where fans could call a number and you would actually answer and pick up at any time of the day?
No way.
Is that true?
Yeah, it didn't last long because it was a nightmare. But
I'm sure.
Like 5 minutes in.
yeah. No, it was good for like a good solid, like 5 hours. But it was stacked, slammed.
Yeah.
But you guys should do one of them. One day for an hour.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We'd be sitting by the phone. It would not ring. It would be so embarrassing.
And then it would be one call with a bunch of notes.
Yeah,
All right, you guys here.
it would be
This is
my
what
mom.
you need to fix.
And the last thing I read that's really interesting, that's a little like me, but you have 14 alarm times saved on your phone, but none of them are on.
I've got that.
Yeah, I'm never really putting them on.
Yeah. So is it like?
How does
like
that mean? What do you mean? You don't believe in alarms? What's the deal?
I don't know. It's not sort of a political stance. It's more just like I generally like I do kind of wake up roughly at the same time unless I've been partying, and then I might put an alarm on.
Right.
What's the time? What's the time you generally wake up?
It really depends if I've been traveling on. I'm a bit jet lagged at the moment, so I'm waking up at 7, which is very early for me.
Yeah,
That's early. Like
for me.
normally I'm like a 9:30 kind of girl.
So you're going to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, me too.
Hey, what about travel? How do you like that part of the business? Because it is a necessary component to music, right?
Yeah,
Because
you must be on the road all the time.
Yeah.
you have to tour, right? You can't just sell albums.
I hate touring.
Yeah,
I hate
Me too.
touring, and I really do it in quite a specific way where I think compared to a lot of my peers, I'm not really doing that much touring. Like my husband's in a band and they tour so much, all the time. I think their last album they toured for like 2 years or something like
God.
that, which
Oh,
is
wow.
like just not an option for me.
Right.
But you'll go with them, for a bit. Sometimes you've got to pop in every once in a
I'll
while.
pop in.
Right.
I'll pop in on like the coastal cities,
Sure.
But
No,
I'm,
sure.
I'm not like on the bus, which is
Right.
no way.
And what about him? Will he
For my
come
sister,
pop?
for Jason and my sister, George Daniel is the 1975. That's the band.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the
Roger.
1975.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And then
Very
what
good.
he will reciprocate, and he'll come see you every once in a while when you're doing some touring. Yeah?
Yes, exactly. But it's kind of, I think, a bit harder for him because he's sort of like a 6'4" bald man, and my fans are all a lot shorter than that. And so it's very like easy for him to be like spotted
Recognized.
when
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
sort of
get
bopping
hassled.
around. So but it's sweet. We do, we swap. We go back and forth on tour.
Who are the musicians that you listened to when you were growing up that you like? What was the pop music or any kind of music? Who are the bands that inspired you?
I was pretty like diverse. I mean, I think when I was a lot younger, I was very into like Britney and the Spice Girls. That was definitely my
Sure.
bread and butter.
Yeah.
And then as I got a bit older, I was really into The Cure, to
Yeah.
Kate Bush, to Sui Sue and the Banshees, like that kind of a world. And then I got very into like French electro kind of stuff, like Daft Punk and Justice and like that kind of world. So sort of all over the shop, really.
That's
And I have a question about touring because these
I
people
like
are,
French music too.
Same.
You do? What do you listen to that's
I
French?
listen to like La Femme. I love that band La Femme. I think that they're really cool.
Charli, what's the big? Okay, are we done with that?
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, just keep going. Give more bands.
Sorry, man. I didn't know I was boring you.
She didn't want to hear about La Farm anymore.
I was ready to go there actually, but no,
Yeah.
we'll another time.
No, go.
Are there a
If
lot
you
of
wanna
animal
go.
They have a
sounds?
great song called Tatiana. It's an amazing song by La Femme. It's just an absolute banger.
Oh yeah, no. But tell us more about that.
Charli,
Johnny?
before you go, I want to know the biggest, when you were touring, the biggest onstage flub or concert blooper or whatever that you just will never forget, like something that just went totally wrong.
He loves the stage stories.
I love my
Oh
stage
my
stories.
gosh.
Like a fan that did something or a song that you screwed up or
I
somebody.
mean, I don't know. I'm not sure I've had any really like disastrous like on stage moments where I've really like fall. I mean, I've definitely fallen, but not in a way that I've found embarrassing or anything like that. But
that's good.
I used to get a lot of strange gifts from fans. And I think those will always stick with me. My two favorites were I got a douche, which I was asked to sign.
You're welcome.
And then I also received a jar of somebody's mother's ashes as a necklace.
Oh,
Wow.
So, yeah. And I did exactly that, Will. I went, and didn't really, I wanted to be grateful and not offensive, but also was terrified. So it was, so those memories will always
sweet.
stick
What
with me.
about dancing and singing at the same time? I always marvel at how you guys don't run out of breath because you have to have a lot of breath to sing well. Yet you've got to keep moving.
not even
How do you
not
do
even
all that?
just dancing, just moving around.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Jason, like one thing about me is I don't really like dance.
No?
You'll go away.
You
and
have that
do a
in
deep
common with
dive
Jason.
And you'll,
I'm going to do a deep dive and then I'm going to call you back and say, God damn it, can we do this over? But see, this is what's so great about these things. You know, we get to become smarter. We're less people.
Exactly. No, my dancing is it's sort of like a lot of like flailing and it's very kind of, it's not very coordinated.
You're the Tom
it's a lot
York of
no, I mean, not far off. It's very kind of like that. It's sort of possession vibes.
I know
so
where
for
I
me,
love it.
I'm not as like poised as most. So I get the benefit of being able to sort of just, I don't have to like hit marks and do choreo. I'm more just sort of flailing around. So it's a little easier for me. luckily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Charli XCX,
I know,
which
my
now that I know
God.
where the name comes from, it makes me love you more. Will, I'll clue you in later.
Yeah, clue me in. I don't care. I love it. I want to say that.
Nice
I want to say
tie-in.
no,
But
and I want to
wait.
say I'm such an even bigger fan. You're
huge.
so cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I listen to your music
yeah,
when I go on walks
honestly.
all the time.
I'm going to
love
listen
it.
to it even more now with just like more depth with just knowing a little bit more about you. I just think you were
Thanks.
awesome. Yeah.
You were
Likewise.
awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thanks
And
for
just
having
for,
me.
am I getting this right? The moment it's out now by the time this episode comes out. It's out
I
now.
don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well,
This
it was
is the
released
film,
January
yeah?
30th. Yeah, this is
Yes.
the mockumentary.
Okay.
Absolutely adore you. I think
Yeah.
you're the coolest chick ever.
Yeah.
I want to be you for Halloween.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you
I look
for
forward to
doing
seeing
this.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
Bye.
Charli.
Have a
Thank you,
great
Charli.
night.
You
Bye,
too, Charli.
everybody.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye. What a nice person.
Wow,
That's-
she is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
She
you
is
missed a real good first half.
I
Will.
know. I'm so.
You got to listen to this episode, Willie.
I can't wait. No, this
Yeah.
is.
You're
this
on
is
it.
gonna be
You're in the
I've
episode.
I've had
this
one
is
of
the
those.
episode where they go. You know what? It's better without him.
Yeah, no, I told you. A revenue
I know,
came in.
you did
It's
tell
like
me.
it just was just
She
zipping
is.
along.
Talk about it. Talk about an impressive artist and person and just
and
right
life
Fucking
and just
hell.
like she's one of those like what is that? How do you describe that?
Yeah,
Sexy
she's just
and
got
different
it.
without saying
She's
sexy.
got
Yeah.
it.
It's really cool.
Probably not her first lap.
No, but
So,
like
you know, if you believe in that sort of old soul thing, you know,
Yeah.
like some people have been around a few times.
But yes,
Yeah.
and exactly, and and it's not just she's not polished. She's so real and authentic.
Yeah,
to
that's why
who
people are
she is.
drawn to her.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No filter,
Yeah.
just unapologetic. I love her.
I know.
When we were talking before, Willie, about songs that I love off of
boy.
her albums, especially off of Brat.
Here we
she
go.
listed all the hits.
Sure,
You
listen.
Oh,
listed
just I want you to go down the
Yeah,
list.
Von Dutch.
Did anything pop out to you?
Yeah. Well, Von Dutch, Talk, Apple was huge. Like all those songs.
But
were
your favorite would be-
And Brad, of course. But my favorite was on the deluxe version that I was telling Jason
Oh, of
about.
course. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
called Hello,
Good.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
XCX.
Smart. Less. Smart. Less.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Bennett Barbaco, Michael Grant Terry, and Rob Armjarf.
Smart. Less.